Hello, hello. Hi there. How you all doing? I hope hope you're all really doing well, and thank you for joining me again today. If you've not had the best of weeks, hopefully this will bring you some well needed calm and joy and peace. That's what I hope. We got a little tutorial today, so welcome to Whimsy Creations. I'm Becky, and I always start my little videos like this. So start how you mean to go on, they say. Right, welcome. So I was given the other day a massive bunch of old postcards. Can you see them? I've sorted them out a bit. So I didn't do this. I did the sorting on my own because I thought that would be really boring for you. Can you see them like that? Let me just make sure what you can and can't see. Oh yes, you can see those. That's good. So I've sorted them through different ones, and some I've done, some I've sorted, and some I haven't. So we're going to work through how to make a very everyday, maybe weird or funny or inappropriate, like these are all quite nice actually, but for example, these ones that you wouldn't know where to put in your book, in your journal. These are sort of like gold really for journalers. So as I say, I'll just show you the ones I've sorted. I won't go through them again. I've sorted some botanical and nature ones, and these ones I'm not changing the front. I'm keeping the fronts because they're so pretty. So I've just got something maybe on the back to do with those. A lot of them have got nice backs as well, so I might just leave them. We'll see. But these are there's a pelican and some birds and some beautiful paintings. And not many of them are very shiny either, so I'm keeping them for nature and botanical for now. So that's that. These ones I'm saving for my pet. Well, actually they're ready to go now. These ones are in the stash, and these are going to go in my pet journal, which as you know, I've decided to keep. So I've just backed those with some lined paper, and I'll pop those in my pet journal so they can actually go, because we don't need those here. These ones are vintage ones, so that's got a genuine old stamp. This is a 1977 stamp. It's 15.5p in the UK. It's now £1.70, so that gives you some understanding of inflation. But as you can see, this one isn't that old, but I like the idea of the crease that has gone through it. So I'm going to cover the front and some of the back, but I'm going to make that into a vintage one. Don't know what happened to that one. It just came like this. So again, this is a vintage one already. So is this one. Now these two I've done. I thought I'd show you how I've done these. I've backed them because the backs had a lot of modern stuff on it, and I've sanded them down, and they're actually replicas of a 1912 certificate, first class diploma, and it's the Hull Fisherman's Roll of Honour. So the institute was established in 1854, and this is just a photocopy of the award that at some point they made into postcards, and it was really high gloss, really, so I've taken the gloss off, roughed up the edges and backed them. I haven't cornered that one yet. So those two now will go in the vintage, and these didn't have very nice fronts, but I think the back's a lovely colour. These are already mottled quite badly, so I thought I'd leave them. And I don't speak German, but I thought this looked quite old and vintagey as well. So some of them need a little bit of work, but not a lot. So that's those ones. And then these ones are for my, the big one, right? Now these came with a lot of stuff on the back. I'll show you what they looked like before I did anything to them. I can pick one up. They're like this. I have been given a load of these probably see the lights reflecting in there, high gloss ones of York Minster. Somebody obviously went and picked up a whole pile of them, but they are nice and big, and this stuff, it sands off very easily. I just use a light sander and it comes off really easy. So the back then goes matte, and it can be written on, or you can stamp on it, which I will do today. Stamp on those, ready for the big one. And I've just covered the fronts with some generic papers. So I want to do those today. Pop that back in there. So we'll do that. They can go in there. Put those over there, they're sorted. And then we've got a whole pile of what these ones are going to take. These ones I put in this band need covering both sides. They're made by a company called Boomerang, I think. I think they're promotional for different things, you know. I've got loads of these Star Trek ones and stuff like that. So they'll need covering both sides. So that's quite a long haul there. And then these ones weren't too bad on the back. As you can see, the backs aren't too bad. But I'd want to cover the fronts. So they're like a stock, a stash. So I probably won't do much with them just yet. Well, definitely not these ones anyway. But I will get round to them eventually. So we'll start off by doing another one of these. So another one of these. So you can see how I got from this dullness to this. So all I did was I've got a little sanding block here. This is the smooth side, and if you rub it over gently, just gentle, you don't have to press hard, it just comes off. Now you can't do it on all cards. It'll only work on ones that have been printed on top of a gloss type paper. So really I just want to take off some of the writing really, and I mean it'd be so much easier if you could do it with all of them, wouldn't it? You wouldn't have to cover them, but you know. And then I took off this great big black line around the edge. I don't mind a few of those lines where the address goes. That's quite nice. So, and as you see, it doesn't actually take very long to come off. So those big ones won't be too difficult to do. I won't do all of them on camera. You would die of boredom. But like I say, it doesn't take long. And then you've got a nice clear back to stamp on. I'll stamp with my postcard stamp and some random numbers and put a stamp on. But we'll do that with the others that I've already done. I'll just show you how I prep this one. I do it on a bit of paper because then it doesn't have to be completely gone. And then all this stuff, which goes everywhere, I just put in the bin. So you do want to do it on a bit of paper, because otherwise you get covered in white stuff. And then the front, I went over with a slightly coarser one, because when it's high gloss like this, glue doesn't like it very much. So you can either gesso it, or before covering it with paper, or you can just do this, or just gesso it a different colour or something, you know. I just find it easy enough to do this. Scrap it up a bit, so anything you want to glue on there will take. See, and that's ready now for doing. That one's ready. So pop that there. Get rid of those bits. And we'll do a bit of these big ones, because I want these to go in my my big one. I thought I had some in here for the back-to-back. Oh yes, I have. These ones. Look, these are beautiful, these. I'm not doing hardly anything to these. They're matte, so they're not shiny, which is lovely. They've got a little written bit on where they're from. Devon, Cornwall, and Cornwall. But they're beautifully made. You can't photocopy them, obviously, because they're copyright, because somebody's actually painted these. And then I've just covered the backs. I've covered bits of it on one of them, and then I've covered all of those too. So the backs are ready, so they can be got ready for the you know, the gratitude and prayer journal, the back-to-back one. And these are going for the big one. And I've got some. I also want to do some vintage and some grunge ones as well, but we probably won't get that done today. We'll just see how well this takes and how we do this. I don't know if I need this on here anymore. Is it reflective? I don't think it is too bad. I'll work on it. So we need our stamping stuff from up here. You know, we need this one, and I've got a few other little stamps here, and we'll need our stamps out. And then what should we put on the front? I'll stamp the backs first, and then while they're drying I'll get something out for the fronts. I haven't got enough room on my desk really for have everything out, but I don't think I need that at the moment actually. I think I can If we do, I'll go back and get it. So this is the back. So we want to stamp this on. So we're making postcards back into postcards, like we do. You know, we're turning junk postcards into usable postcards. And I love using postcards, I must admit. I do enjoy them. I suppose it's ready-made journal card, isn't it, really? So pop that somewhere in the middle here. Sorry if you can see my head. I haven't got my cushion out. Naughty, naughty, I need that out to get a good print. Oh, that's nice. There we go, pop you there. Don't need that. There, that's nice, isn't it? We'll just stamp the other three like that, the other two like that, and then we'll move on. So, make sure it's the right way up. Yep. Only because that's got directional paper on it, so just double checking that one. So I hope you've had a good few days. I've been incredibly busy as always. A friend of mine said to me once, you know, if you want something doing, ask a busy person. And I think it's quite a true statement, really. There we are. Oh, I love this stamp. I absolutely love it to bits. I think I got it from Amazon, actually. A long time ago. That was one of the first things I purchased when I started making journals, was this. Of course, they don't have to be perfect either. Oh, that's nice. Put that too. Just stamp that off. There, I can go there for a minute to dry off. Right, let's get some stamps out, and then we can decide. What else we want on them. So, the big one we're making is fairly generic, isn't it? So we can put quite big stamps on this one because it's a big card, so we can get away with big stamps. That one's nice, isn't it? That's a washy one though. Let's have a rummage through here. I used to have them in one of those albums, but every time I picked the album up, they fell out, so I just got fed up with them. So I popped them back in here. I had a lot of things in those albums, but I just didn't get on with it. Oh, that's a nice one. Look at that. I'll keep that for my vintage ones, though. Doesn't have to be vintage, this one. Oh, she says, I'm getting a bit low on stamps. I am. That's a nice generic one, isn't it? Put that nice big one there. Got anything else suitable? Well, that's a nice one. She says, putting it back. But you got these diddy stamps, and they'd go well on the small one. Oh, I like that. That's quite generic, isn't it? Quite neutral. Oops. Yeah, that looks better on there. We'll pop that on there. Let's just ink it up a bit because this is... Now then, where are we going? We're going with... A lot of it's very burnt, but I'm going to do this one with a little bit. It's a sticker, I think. Oh, come off top. Thank you. Make that pop a bit better. Here's sticker one. I'm just going to put a little bit more glue on though. Don't quite know how well these are quite old. I don't know how good the sticky is now. So yeah. So I was looking at my window this morning, and it certainly looks like autumn's arrived. As one or two, most of the trees around here are evergreen, but in my front garden, but one of them isn't, and it's beginning to, just don't know what that is. Anyway, we can get that off later. So yeah, it's certainly showing signs of autumn. So I'm just going to put this on as well. Oh, that's nice. And then I might just stamp a few interesting numbers on. Where's my stamp? Here it is. Don't ask me why, I just like to stamp interesting numbers on things. We could also put a label on it if we wanted to. I'll pop that down there. That's nice, like that. And we'll put one over here as well. And then that's that done. Then we have to do the other side at some point. There. Now we can do something with that side. Let that dry a bit though. It stays on is good, but it can take a couple of minutes to dry. Stamp. So we'll do these three. Catmint. I quite like that. There's this nice green one down here of the Queen. May she rest in peace. I'm going to put that one on. There we go. Oh, it's come off an envelope, this. So we will ink it. I think I kept this one because, well, we don't get many with stamps on these days. They nearly all come franked, you know, through the machine. And secondly, I thought it was quite a nice coloured one, this. Nice colour. Yeah. You can do whatever you want on the back of your cards. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to put a smaller one on this one. Not necessarily, you don't always have to put the same things on everything. So I seem to have a bit of a frog in my throat, don't I? Don't know where he came from. I'll have a swig of my coffee in a minute, and that might help. So what I do like to do sometimes is put a little bit of text here, like that. This is such an old one that I've used so many times. Poor thing is, I don't even know which way around it goes, that way around. I could pop something like that there, and that would look quite nice. But as I don't quite know where this one's going yet, I'm going to leave it for now. Pop that number. Where should I put this number? Over here. Yeah. Take you off. And I've got some other numbers in here. Here we go. This one, nice. This one is a nice little one. So we'll do this one as well. As I say, I just do this for a bit of fun. You don't have to. You can just leave them. Put this over here, down here. Just adds a little bit more to it, doesn't it? Put that to dry. Last but not least, this one. And quick stamp. Oh, I'll use this one I was going to use until I found the one of the Queen. There we go. That's another sticky one. There we go. Seems weird. I lost my thumbnail. I had to leave it. I cracked it right at the very top, where in the pink, you know, right up here somewhere. And I had to put a little cover on it, a little plaster on it for a few days while it grew out, you know. So I pulled it off there. It would have bled billiard, but I've managed to pull it off and cape a bit, so it's not so sore. It's not quite so sore. All right, let's put a thingy mark on it. I'm not going to do this one quite so dark. There we go. It's a bit more realistic. And some numbers. I don't know where the rest of my numbers have gone. I thought I had a few in here. Oh yes, here they are. They're stuck under something. Here we go. Right, let's use this one as it's on the thing anyway. I just like to pop a couple of numbers around the edge, and I haven't worked out yet why I like to do that. I just think it looks nice. I must get around to maybe getting a few more numbers, but these are the ones I've got at the moment. They get used a lot. Right, I'm going to put that one up here. Let's turn it the right way up, shall we? I'm going to have it at the top here. There we are. Right, that's those three done. Ready. Excuse me. Ready. They can all go. I just got to do the other side now. Right. We could do the other side, or we could do where the ones the back to back. What do these need? Let's see. We could do. Should we stamp these while we're here? I think they're so pretty. I'm not inking these yet either. Let's stamp this, and then it's ready for that. I'm doing the back-to-back one in a couple of days, so it'd be nice to have these ready actually. Whoops. So pop you over there. Oh, I'm going to do them all at once while I've got my ink and that out, rather than keep putting things down and picking things up. More like a mass make of 4. Make sure I got this one the right way up. Yep. You don't want your postcard bit the wrong way, do you? That would look funny. See how nice they look with the lines on still? I do quite like the lines on them still. But these two had a lot of stuff on the back. Sometimes I get given cards that have been written on the back, and obviously you don't want to be seeing that. So you don't want somebody's personal details or address on there, do you? There we go. That's that one. I'm not going to beat too much on these. I'm going to put a stamp on and just the logo, the thingy. I'm not going to put any other numbers on just yet. I will ink them up when I put them in the journal. Sorry, lost my words there, didn't I? It's not unusual for me. Put a real stamp on that one. That one's nice. It's got Frank. He's got the Frank mark across it. Actually, I think I might put this one on. That's a sweet little one, isn't it? If I remember rightly, it hasn't got any bright colours, this one. It's got quite muted colours. I am going to put a little bit of, tiny bit of vintage photo on this, just to take that really bright edge off there. Yeah. When this is finished, I'm going to put the nozzle of my art glitter glue under the hot tap and see if I can get it to clean up, so I can start using my art glitter glue again. Oh, that way up, woman, that way up. It's actually got an apple on it. There you go, that's you done. That doesn't look right. Sorry. See if I can find some more a bit like that other one. Oh, there's one. It's a bit bright. I want a more pastel-y one. I suppose it would have been easier when you do things like this. So that's not very pastel-y, is it? But it is quite nice. To have them in the book was a sight. Oh, there's a nice pastel one. Well, I say pastel, it's not bright. There, we'll use this one. Oh, I like that one as well. Keep that out. Is there any more here I like the look of? I like that one as well. That's 3 of them. That's good. Let's put you on here. You don't need inking. It's not that often you can use, well, I mean, it depends, I suppose, what kind of journal you're making, whether you could, you know, use the front or not. I mean, there's nothing remotely offensive about that, is there? You know, and no, there's nothing offensive about any of them, really. Where's my ink? Here it is. But yeah, it's goes that way. Actually, it's got that on, so really, I only want my lines, don't I, really? I've got one here with just lines on. There, that's it. Oh, I stamped that one. Never mind, I stamped this one now. I've got it out. And I've inked this, so I'll use it. There, that's those two finished. Put you on here. Oh, you're very white, aren't you? It does need a bit of a trim as well. Probably done it with my wrinkly scissors, but yeah, let's get rid of these few bits. There. I'm just going to go nip round with the little bit of vintage photo just to take that brightness off the edge. Now, this could go on with this. It's just very thin paper, this stamp. I know I'm off screen, I'm just gluing the back of that. Bop. There we go. And finally this one. Not gonna be a very long video for a change, you know. I usually end up talking for hours, don't I? I just say I got given all these massive bag of lots of different stuff. A lot of it I'm coffee dyeing in the kitchen. I'm just coffee dyeing some lace as well at the moment, and these postcards were in it as well. And I thought, I know what happened if I put that bag away, they never get used. So I thought, no, sit and sort it and use them straight away. You know what it's like, don't you? You know, you get given stuff, and unless you sort it through and put it where it's going to be used, it gets, I don't know about you, but it gets forgotten. If I put it in my cupboard at the front, I've got two big cupboards at the front of the house, and if I put them in there, which is where I keep my overflow sort of stock, never get used. I like them. They look lovely, I think, and they look nice on the front as well. There we are. So they're the back-to-back ones. I've just got little labels on so I remember what's for what. There. And put the lid on that, yes. So shall we, I've stamped them, haven't I, ready yet? Should we just, before we go, just make a generic one? Here we go. Could just make this up, couldn't we? Just to show. And we've got a generic one ready to go, haven't we? I had a piece of paper somewhere here. So to start off with, I'm just going to take the shine off the front here. Sorry, Wales. This is what's on at somebody's obviously at there we go. So what we put on there will stick, and that's not gloss, so that doesn't need anything. Put you up there for a minute, so you can have a few bits. I just need to get my glue page out. There we go, because I'll need to glue stuff on here. What shall we put on here then? We just need a little bit of paper just to cover up. I'm not keen on this Pembroke Eye logo. I don't like that very much, or the barcode for that matter. So we can pop that there. Yep. Sometimes I cover them completely, and sometimes I just cover up a bit of it. I'm going to put that flat edge across the top. if you don't like just the patches, you know, then by all means cover it all up, you know. That's probably too small. No, it's not. I'm not going to cut it down though. Just going to glue it all and stick it on. There. Do we want a bit of washi down there and there? I don't actually always use washi tape. Sometimes I just use bits of this. No, I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to cover the front though, ready to put something on. There's a nice big, but that won't fit. See if I've got a bit that'll fit over the whole thing, otherwise we'll collage it. I don't see, I'm just rummaging through my, I don't know if you can see this this box here, but now I think we're going to have to, collage it. No big deal. We'll collage it with some fun bits and bobs, shall we? Let's pop a bit of you on. You're interesting, aren't you? Yep, we'll do that. Then it's ready for whatever you want to put on it, you know. Sometimes it's actually, I'm just going to glue my card instead. Glue half my card. And then carefully put this on here. It's got nice straight edges. And another little piece of something. Will you fit there? You will. Let's glue the other side of this. There we go. Oh, I'll have to glue just down there a bit. Cut round it, and that's ready for whatever you want to put on it. What I do with ones like this that are just generic like this, I will stamp the back, as I've got my stamp out anyway, and then they'll just go in my my box of journal cards that I keep on to one side, ready for use, you know. There, that's ready for, move you out the way from it. You're ready for using. I think I missed a bit of glue down. Yeah, I thought I'd missed a bit of glue down here. There. And we'll get them all ready to go in the box. And this is what I'll probably do with a lot of those in this basket. Just get them ready like this. No heavy inking or anything. And then while I've got the stamps out, you see it's worth doing all this bit. And you can then just pop them in your box ready to use. It just makes a change from a journal card. You know, if you've got all this bit ready, it's going to make it a lot quicker and easier when you're making your journal. Think, oh, I could do with popping a postcard in there. So while you've got all this stuff out, I'm going to, well, I won't do them all, obviously. There's hundreds, there's, you know, a fair few there. I'm going to put on a fairly sort of muted stamp because I don't really know what I'll need. In fact, you could even leave the stamp if you want, but I'm going to put this one on. As I say, it's muted, so it's a fairly muted stamp, so it would go with anything, you know. Put a bit of glue on there. I mean, as you know, some kits that you buy, they actually come with a few little sort of ephemera stamps. And you could use those if you were, you know, if you're working with a kit. I mean, this isn't part of a kit, so I'm just putting generic ones on that I happen to have collected over the years. And there. I'm not putting stamping on it or anything else like that, just the postcard and the frank mark, and then it's ready for whatever journal you want it to go in. And that's what I'll do, as I said before, with the others. There we are. And that can go back in the box, and it's ready for whenever I want a journal card, a postcard. So there we go. I don't know how long we've been filming for. 35 minutes. That's not bad for me, is it? I'm just going to put this stuff to one side. I'm going to show you a couple of journals. Sorry, I think I might have to bring it to a fairly swift close before I completely lose my voice. Right, so let me just have a swig of coffee, see if that helps. We have 2 today, so if you don't want to see the journals, now's the time to turn it off. Here we go. Here's 2. We'll do the big one first, shall we? This is called, I can't say it, Atelier des Arts. Basically, it's French for arts. And this one I've had on display because it's got a flipping price tag on it. Sometimes in the past, I don't do stalls anymore. They're just not worth it. It's got a thingy here with a couple of painting bits on it, and it's got one of those, I think Tim Holtz brought these out first, I'm not sure, and it's like a squidgy one. It's got a really soft spine. It's all soft, although it's made of paper, it's completely soft. Hasn't got a hidden spine, this one. It's made basically out, this is scrapbooking paper, so a lot of it's made out of the idea and everything's come from scrapbooking paper. There's your message. There's another pocket there that something can go in. And here you go. I mean, there's loads and loads of pockets in it. Loads of beautiful paper. Obviously, as always, I put spaces for journaling. You know, I do like, I know not everybody journals, but I do like them available for journaling. This is a lovely little piece, isn't it? I've just stuck most of it on and used it as a tuck. I've just coffee dyed a load of these and put a little flower on there, and yeah, made it into a little tuck with a pretty piece of paper in that you can write on. More, aren't they gorgeous? I just love this art stuff. So you go in there. As usual, most of my pockets have 2 things in. It's not often I don't put 2 things in something. Yeah, I just chopped up a book. I've sewn around a few things. That's an envelope I've popped in again. 2 items. This opens like that, and you've got bits inside in there, and across, little bits and bobs, bits of ephemera across there that you can use. And then 2 flip outs. It's a long time since I made this. Well, I'll tell you in a minute when we get there. There's stuff in that pocket as well. A couple of big tags. This is bits off a calendar I was given. Yep. This bit is from the scrapbook. It's a cutout scrapbooking paper. It says collect beautiful moments. I think that's lovely, to collect beautiful moments. Absolutely. As I said, everything has beauty. It does. I don't usually put things in, but this one's got quite a few in. I had great fun making it. It was this is a painted envelope. I painted and done some mark making on it. Does it flip out? No, it's stuck on. I wasn't sure. Sometimes some of mine flip out, some of them are stuck on. Oh, I see, it's stuck over. That's what I've done. I've stuck it over the page like that. Well, it's got a beautiful card in it as well, as a bit at the back as well. There we go. Lots of writing space. I'll speed up a bit, shall I? There we go. Beautiful. Yep. Gosh, that's white. Obviously didn't bother me then. Do what you love. Oh, I know why I put that in. That's deliberate for, I remember now, for doing your own sketch. If you want to do a sketch, that's what that bit of paper's in there for. If somebody wanted to do their own drawing. It's almost hidden that with the beautiful background. And I like this one because I've got some top pockets. I started doing some pockets at the top. A fabric flip. I don't use these very often, but isn't it? I thought it was nice. So these can be cut off and reused or not. I mean, the only one fixed is that bit, so you can cut them off if you want. Bit of William Morris in there as well. Another beautiful card. I've made that massive tag into a tuck. As I say, there's just some random bits here and there where I've decorated. That's another one of those. This one I've can't remember how I've done that. I made this envelope. I've forgotten how I made that envelope, sorry. The other side of the carrier bag, I mean. But this is Florentine paper. Tuck. I love this belly band. It's made of suitcases. I went for a while thinking I've got to use up all my scrapbooking paper, but I don't hoard it anymore, but I do use it occasionally. So another one. I made loads of these. They're tucks. You can tuck something in there if you want. To say, this one I also made with a few gaps in for people to put their own things in, but like all my journals, it comes with its own ephemera pack and pen holder and everything. Lots of bits of fun there. So there, sorry, I was going to speed up a bit, wasn't I? So yeah, look at that lovely big piece of paper in there, and that flips out. Yep, quite a few flips and flaps. Another one, got you too. Oh, I printed this myself. This is material that I got a picture I liked and I printed it onto there. Isn't that nice? That's unique. There'll be nothing, no more like that. And some more bits. It's got 3 very, very big signatures. Huge tag there. Glassine bag. This is a flip out and a flip out, double flip out. Like I say, Etsy doesn't show you this. I was trying to get a video because you can. They does say put videos on, but I couldn't get my videos small enough, and I don't know how to shrink them so they're small enough to go on Etsy. So I thought the simplest thing to do was just to show them on here, and then you can, if you're not interested, you just find this one on Etsy, and you know what it looks like inside already. You know, I spent ages trying to work out how to get my Etsy films small enough, but it just kept coming up that the file was too big, so I gave up. Thought there's more important things in life to do, more fun things in life to do than sit here. There's a little tuck there for something. Oh, there is something in it. Oh, he's beautiful. It's funny how your styles change. It's interesting to look back at ones you made a while ago to see. That's just a pretty bit. How things have changed, really, isn't it? Yeah, I've used the easel as a tuck. Another tuck. Flip out. That's a big page. Oh, I see, I've got 2, that's why. And you've got a lovely booklet at the back here. I made this. This is a Roxy Creations creation. I made this with her, and you've got ephemera here that you can play with. It also comes with another ephemera pack as well. And it's just got one of those on, which matches the back marble paper. That tucks in there. Does it tell me? It's not signed or numbered. Well, it's numbered, I know that much, but I haven't signed this one. I will sign it before it goes anyway. We'll just see what number it is. It's number 59. I thought I'd made it a while ago. Yeah, number 59. I can look in my list to find out when that was made, and but quite a while ago now. And I can put the date and number in the back and sign it for you. So that's that one. And it's quite chunky. Do you want the measurements? it's not 9 well, depends when you include them, but the actual book is 9¼ by 7, and it's got about a 3-inch spine. And this is called Bitsy. A lot of these little ones come with these. I need to put some more glue on there. And this is 2¾ inches by 4½, and it's got, I think, just under a 1-inch spine. So it's tiny little thing. It's called Bitsy, and it's a bit like the tiny tags. It's a fraction bigger than tiny tags. And it hasn't got all. It's got a few little tags in, but again, a lovely one, a nice and thin one to pop into your wallet, into your pocket. You know, so it's great for pottering around if you go on nature trails or bird watching. You can make lots of little notes in here, lots of plain pages, so you can sketch a picture if you're on a nature trail or anything. So it's nice, and it's got 2 signatures, nice and light, easy to use. And I say it's got a lot of plain and some writing pages and a few bits and bobs to take out, but you can either keep them or not, you see. So it's got I like it. I think it's quite sweet, actually. And this one is number 96, and it was made March this year. So that's it, Bitsy. And I'm just going to put some more glue on there. While it's here, I might as well repair it, mightn't I? That is I think from what I can see here, it's been done with a glue gun, and glue guns aren't always that permanent, are they? If the temperature changes drastically, you can have a problem with the glue gun. So let's glue that down. There we go, all done. I check all my journals before they go out, make sure there's nothing that is not right. Obviously, I think everybody must do that, mustn't they? There's Bitsy. Isn't she sweet? Anyway, thank you for joining me. I apologise about the voice. It was fine when I got up this morning, so I don't know where this has come from. Anyway, I hope you all stay safe, and I hope you have a nice week, and please take care. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for joining me.